Hello and welcome to Burning Waters of the Moon Tarot. My name is Desiree and this is a reading for the energy of Libra. For this series, I'm using True Black Tarot by Arthur Wang, Lux Umbra Tarot by Mystic, and this is Earth, Moon, and Shadow deck by Serafina Mesa. All right, and this is an oracle deck. I didn't say that. And we'll draw an oracle card at the end of the reading. All right, just clearing my space. Okay, so we're going to start off with the True Black Tarot by Arthur Wang. We're going to pull 3 cards. And as I said at the beginning of this reading, it is for the energy of Libra. And I say that because we all have Libra energy in our charts by way of the house system. And so some of us can identify more readily with the Libra energy. And sometimes the Libra energy is just a little bit more subtle in our lives. And so it's often said that the way your house expresses itself is through the sign that it's in. Okay, so this might be dealing with a situation in which Libra is the ruler, or the Libra is the sign that the house was in at your birth, or it's in that sign right now. Okay, the house is in that sign right now. So there's many ways to interpret how to figure out which sign you want to use, and so there's just many ways to find a reading that works with you. All right, so with that being said, if this reading is not resonating with you, try looking for a reading based on title and see if maybe you need to use a little bit of intuition to find the answer to the problem or the issue that is perplexing you at the moment. All right, that was my last shuffle. Let's see, Libra, what is going on with you? Okay, so we've got the Queen of Wands, Water of Fire. And then we've got the Knight of Swords here, and he's in reverse. And here is the Nine of Coins. All right. So, your Knight of Swords is in reverse, but I really like this Knight of Swords. I mean, he just looks like he is ready for anything, and he is just ready to go, right? And our Queen of Wands here, so we've got 2 court cards, and on top of that, we have a pretty high numeral number here. So we've got Water of Fire, Fire of Air, and then we've got Earth. So our Queen of Wands so both of these court cards can be looked at as if maybe they're people, or they can be a combination of two energies working with one another. So this Queen is Water of Fire, and this Knight is Fire of Air, like I said. And so with our Queen of Wands, she's very passionate, and she's quick to act on her emotions, and she's quick to act on gut feelings, I guess you could say. She's very instinctive in a way, whereas the Queen of Cups would be more intuitive. The Queen of Wands is very instinctive, and she just kind of has gut feelings about things. This Knight of Wands is Fire of Air, so he is our fastest moving knight. However, he is in reverse, and so this can be indicating a sort of spontaneity, but spontaneity in an impulsive kind of way, something that cannot be controlled. So I'm going to have to draw using the Mystic deck and to see what is going on here. So the Nine of Coins is a card of opulence, of having all that you want on a personal level. You have everything that you have strived for, and you've reached that pinnacle, that point where you have it all. But with it being in reverse, either you're not quite there, or maybe you're falling from that position where you're no longer at a point of contentment, I guess you could say, and you're perhaps wanting more. And I am kind of getting that with this Queen of Wands here. The Queen of Wands, like I said, is very passionate, and she's quick to act, and and she knows what it is she wants and how to get it. So, okay, let me just, well, I need to shuffle one more time. I'm going to shuffle one more time, and then we will draw the remaining 9 cards for you. All right, Libra. So we have the Empress. Good. These cards stick together a bit. The 8 of Pentacles. I can see that. Then we've got the 5 of Pentacles. Oh, La Lune. La Lune. I think it's Lune, right? Not Lune. So I have a Mexican background, okay? And so while I don't read, write, or speak Spanish, I you know, that would be my second language. My grandmother spoke Spanish to us. 4 of Pentacles in reverse. And so I know a little bit by way of my grandmother. I'm sorry, 10 of Pentacles, the Chariot, and we have 3 of Swords in reverse. Okay, let me switch your view here. Just making sure everything is in frame for you. I love the way these cards look like they're glowing. It's super cool. Okay, one moment here. All right, pardon that interruption. My kids are on spring break this week, and so yes, so I'm having to navigate lots of different stuff, things that I'm not used to during the week because of course they're at school. All right, so let me see, what is our overall situation here? Yeah, so my feeling of this 9 in reverse, 9 of Coins in reverse, being that you're no longer content. That I stand by that because I have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse as confirmation. So 4 of Pentacles is that contentment card, even that just sort of just that card of not caring about what's going on in your physical world, right? You're just complacent, I guess. And so with it being in reverse, I feel like that's the opposite. Like you are wanting more. So you may have reached a point in the past where you were content and everything was good. You had everything you wanted. However, now it's looking like you're wanting more, and it's not just in your physical world. I'm seeing that you're also wanting more in your emotional world as well. We do have a 3 of Swords in reverse here, so I feel like you're coming out of a situation where you were hurt by something, by someone, and you're coming out of that situation and you're wanting to rebuild again, and you're looking for that partner who's going to fulfill you in ways that you're unable to fulfill yourself. And that is, of course, by gaining that emotional attachment, that emotional vulnerability with someone, and in which you two can share that. And that is evident here by the 9 of Cups. And the 9 of Cups is reaching that pinnacle of that happiness, of being able to share that. Like your cup is overflowing, as we see here. There's so much to be shared with one another. And so that is actually what you were looking for. I do see that you're not an active, you don't have an active plan on how you're going to do this. I do see with our 5 of Pentacles that you might seem a little apprehensive in trying to seek this out because of this heartache. But what I'm seeing with the moon card here is that this is going to take some introspection on your part and possibly even some shadow work to fully release yourself from the heartache that this has brought you. But ultimately, I think you'll be able to turn this night right side up, and you'll be able to know clearly what your plan of action is going to be once you start working on those inner workings of understanding of how this heartbreak came about in the first place. Now, a lot of us, we like to blame things on other people, and it's so easy to shift the blame on others. I can do that all day without even thinking about it, and sometimes I have to catch myself, especially when working with my husband, because I can be totally convincing. I'm convincing to him and convincing to myself that I'm not to blame. And so I really have to catch myself. And so I say that because within heartbreak, usually it takes two to come to that point. And even if you're complacent in the situation, meaning that you turn the other cheek and just kind of ignore the behavior, if you don't call that behavior to the forefront at that time, you are a participant in that bad behavior. And it's going to take both of you. You've got to call out that bad behavior, nip that bad behavior in the bud so it doesn't escalate and become more of a problem later. And so I'm seeing what needs to happen with this moon card is you're going to have to really dig deep within yourself and understand where you came from, and why this heartbreak happened. And like I said, it's really hard for us sometimes to not place all the blame on others. We really want to say, I'm perfect and this person did everything wrong. I did everything right. There was no reason for my heart to be broken. And it's easy to do that, but we have to see the role that we played in that situation. And that takes a lot of deep diving, a lot of shadow work, and a lot of understanding and knowing about ourselves. So what I see here with this Chariot card is once you get a full understanding of that, you're going to be able to bring these two aspects, these two energies, opposing energies, together and get them to work synergistically, and you will overcome this heartache. And I feel that it really it does need to be overcome, not only because it's good to understand where we're coming from, but so that it doesn't affect this new relationship that you're seeking. Okay, you don't want to bring bad habits, and though it is in reverse, it could be in remission, I guess you could say, it's going to creep up again if it is not dealt with. Okay, and we don't want to bring that into this new relationship that you're seeking, because you are searching for more. Just having all of your material wealth isn't enough for you. You want to have this emotional love, this emotional wealth as well. So what I see happening with this Queen of Wands is I really feel that you are the person to do this exact thing. You have the passion, you have the compassion, and you're working with fire and water here, which is a great transformative alchemist situation to be in. You're taking two opposing yet complementary things and bringing them together to create something new. And this new thing is going to be the steam, but this steam is going to go up, and it's going to go into not only the air, but also the ether, which is in between everything that we know, right? So you're going to be intertwining this energy with so much passion and so much desire to to bring about change so that it's really going to stick, because it's really going to get within the fibers and knit in there. And that's really what I see happening here. Is we have the 8 of Pentacles and the Empress. Now this is the card of work, and then this is the card of nurturing and caring for and love, and putting all of your resources into create and nurture something else, something new. We do have this 10 of Pentacles here, and the thing that I see with this 10 of Pentacles is that there needs to be some caution, I think, of being careful with what you wish for, okay? And I'm seeing this as not so much that you're not going to have this long-lasting legacy. I'm seeing this as more of a warning sign, just to be cognizant and be aware of what it is that you're trying to build here, and making sure that you're on the right path, okay? I see it as a cautionary in that this 3 of Swords, this issue that's in remission, this really needs to be taken care of. And I'm thinking that that's what you're going to harness here, is that you're going to take this cautionary, and you're going to take this remission situation, and you're going to get both of these to work to your advantage, and you're going to get both of these things to propel you forward into this life that you want, where you have all of your material wealth and you have all of your emotional wealth as well. Okay, so that was a pretty deep, intense reading here. I'm sweating. So wow, I really like that. I really like that for you, Libra. And you know what? Libra is the energy to the balancing energy is what I need to plug in my laptop. The balancing energy is what you're all about. You're all about that harmonization, getting people to work together, getting things to synergistically work with one another, even though they might be, polar opposites. And work with caution and work with intent to bring forth these two things together, okay, so that you can get this. You've got to be cautionary about, first of all, about choosing the right partner and choosing who it is you want to work with, but also making sure that this heartbreak that's in remission is fully dealt with, so that it doesn't pop back up. Because I feel like that could really hinder the relationship. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and draw from our oracle deck, and let's see what the Earth, Moon, and Shadow oracle have to say about this reading. I really like these cards. I really like these cards. The artwork is beautiful. I have flip throughs of all of these decks, and that's all posted in the description. So if you want to see all of these decks in their entirety, go ahead and check out those videos. Now, some of the videos are a little old, and the quality might not be up to par, but I was learning. I'm still learning. I finally got my lighting right. Shout out to Dove and Serpent Tarot for giving me pointers. And shout out to Lenore for giving me access to those pointers. I'm a member of Lenore's channel, Ula Tea Leaf Readings, and she's married to Paul, Dove and Serpent Tarot, and he was able to give her a little bit of lighting advice. So we thank you, Paul. All right, let's see what card we have for you, Libra. So hidden paths, awareness, mindfulness, and self-mastery. And so that's where this is going to come in when dealing with this. Being aware, being mindful of where you're coming from, and mastering that self to master those those deep down trauma-based reactions that we have in certain situations. And believe me, when you find that match that you really want to be with, that person is going to have a knack of pushing those buttons, because they, on a molecular soul level, wish to heal you. And because you trust, theoretically, you're supposed to trust in that person so much that should allow you to become vulnerable with that person, to allow yourself to be healed from that, if that makes sense. So you have to really trust that that person is there for your well-being, and trust that they are trying to help you in a way that they might not even be aware of. So let's see what the how are these? Okay, is there an index? D, S, S, T. Okay, they're in alphabetical order. There it is. So life is a dance. Mindfulness is witnessing that dance. The term mindful has been thrown around a lot lately. It's often used as another way of saying be careful, but in actuality, it has a much deeper meaning. Mindfulness is the practice of connecting with everything we do on a deeper level. Everything. It means slowing down and making each movement, every step, intentional. Mindfulness is widening our awareness as vast and as wide as we can possibly conceive. A mindful cup of tea means filling the cold porcelain cup against our lips, noticing the different sensations in our mouth as the hot tea floods our tongue and taste buds. It becomes less about drinking a cup of tea and more about exploring a cup of tea. Mindfulness opens the third eye and allows us to see that which we may have missed had been moving through us. Mindfulness, I'm going to read that again. Mindfulness opens the third eye and allows us to see that which we may have missed had we been moving through our day on autopilot. When we slow down and observe, notice, and approach things with childlike curiosity, we will find all that is hidden will be revealed. Amazing. So, yes. So, be mindful of the steps that you're making, and be mindful of the ultimate goal that you are reaching here. And that ultimate goal is to have everything you want, not only in material, but also emotional. So, and in order to get that, we've really got to conquer those inner shadows that we have created for ourselves, so that we can be fully vulnerable to fully express these pinnacle emotions that we are in search of. And there's no one better to help than the moon. Okay. All right, Libra, thank you so much for joining me here. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for subscribing. And if you know of anyone who can benefit from this message here, please share the video. It's a wonderful thing to share things that we see benefit in. If it helps us and we can help another, that feels good, right? So yes, with that, I'm going to leave you, and I will see you next reading. Take care.